Your body and your physical fitness say something about you automatically before you speak, before you introduce yourself, before you tell anyone what you do for a living. When you walk into a room fit, strong, and healthy, you don't have to announce your worth. It is written all over you. People feel it and they notice. It's not about having the perfect body. It's about what that body represents. Discipline, consistency, respect. The kind of respect that says, I care enough about myself to do what most people won't. You cannot fake a strong body. You cannot shortcut the grind. Every rep, every morning, every clean meal, every workout, it all adds up to a presence that commands attention without even saying a damn word. When you're fit, you carry yourself differently. Your energy shifts the second you walk in. People sense it. It's attractive. They might not even know why, but they can feel it. They can feel the difference between someone who talks about discipline and somebody who actually lives with discipline. And that kind of confidence is earned. It's in your posture, your stride, your eyes. You walk like somebody's conquered their own excuses because you have. So understand this. Your body is your calling card. It's your silent introduction to the world. It's proof that you follow through, that you respect yourself enough to show up daily for yourself. You don't need to brag. You don't need to convince. You don't need to say a word because your presence already did. That is powerful.
The general population will be nicer to you when you are no longer fat.
She is completely right. The general population will treat you better when you're not fat. That's not fat phobia, that's reality. We live in a world where first impressions happen fast. Studies show that people judge you in less than half a second upon looking at you. Whether you like it or not, health, confidence, and physical appearance are the first things people see in a person. When you're fit, people assume that you're disciplined and work hard, and they automatically put you at a higher level of respect and authority. And when you're overweight, they think the exact opposite, that you're lazy and lack self-control. Yeah, it may not be fair, but that's just how humans are wired. And the truth is, it's not just about how people see you, it's how you see yourself. You see, when you're fit, you walk with confidence, and confidence is magnetic. Stop blaming society, stop crying fat phobia. If you want better treatment, better respect, and a better life, come here, get fit.
Fitness has quietly become a social currency. The way you take care of your body influences how people perceive you, treat you, and take you seriously. This isn't about vanity or unrealistic beauty standards. It's about visible self-care, discipline, and self-respect. In society and on social media, fitness often translates into visibility and influence. Fit people are assumed to be more confident and capable, opening doors in dating, work, and social spaces even when it's unfair. Hey beautiful, welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into how fitness has become a social currency and what that means in real life. Please do well to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's get right into it.
Being physically fit is social currency. I am not conventionally attractive. Now, before y'all go to the comments like, oh, Nikki, I think you're beautiful. So do I. I have hella confidence. But I am self-aware. I know that I am not conventionally attractive. I have darker skin. I have dark brown eyes. I shave my head. I know that I am not conventionally attractive, but because I am physically fit, that is social currency. And this video is not about dating, but I cannot tell you the amount of people that I am interested in. And y'all know I have no problem shooting my shot. And so we'll exchange numbers, have conversations or whatever. I cannot tell you the amount of people who get intimidated by my athleticism and they will take themselves out of the race. And while I do prefer egalitarian relationships, I do prefer to date on my own social levels. There are times where, I've shot my shot at doctors and lawyers and things like that. There are times where I was in the early talking phases with someone who honestly did have higher socioeconomic, financial standings than I did. And they would still look at me as if you're too good for me. You're too much for me. This is going to require too much sacrifice, too much discipline, too much whatever. And it's not that they assign that value based on my looks, because right now I have no makeup on. My eyebrows grossly need to be done. All I have on are lashes. That's it, lashes and chapstick. But I am physically fit. Just by my looks and my physical appearance, they can tell that I am someone who's very disciplined. They can tell that I am someone who doesn't rely on motivation, but who relies on my habits. They can tell that I don't play about me, that I am serious about my self-care and my self-love. And it's not just like go take a shower, but they can tell that I am very intentional about myself. And that is intimidating to a lot of people.
Being fit, being in shape is in itself a status symbol because it signifies a few things. First and foremost, obviously, self-discipline. But on top of that, it alludes to self-interest. And one of the key components to building wealth and living a life of luxury, as we like to call it, is the desire ability and capacity to care for one's own self. Another creator brought up the topic of language amongst classes, and within the poverty class, selfishness is perceived as something that is negative. But when it comes to your health, when it comes to your genetic optimization, that selfishness or self-interest is actually a positive thing. So in addition to that, having a healthier body, more defined muscles, having endurance and strength and power also gives off the impression that you have access to resources, specifically food, that keeps this discipline sustained. That is also paired with the ability to deny oneself and exercise portion control. When you are vacating, lounging, when you're stressed, this is where the discipline comes into place. It's not just actually performing the workouts, because if you are someone that operates in this realm, then you understand how you eat on a consistent basis, not just for temporary trends, has more of an impact on the longevity of your body's makeup. So if you have the discipline to say no to eating out consistently, to drinking every night, it is also likely that you have the ability to stay consistent in keeping a budget, for example, or in the long-term relationship with investing and building wealth that may be slow at first before things start compounding. Now, I'm not saying people go through all of these thoughts when they see someone that is fit or someone that is physically well-sustained, but these are likely the back-end implications that it tends to have. And if we want to tie it into patriarchy, for example, when we refer to certain groups of women as trophies, trophy wives, they tend to have specific figures. This alludes to the chiseling of their body, the upkeep of their physical appearance, which also signifies another realm of wealth, luxury, ease.
Your friendly reminder as somebody who has lost 75 pounds that it is because you're fat. And don't let people try and gaslight you into thinking that, oh, it's because that you're more confident now and people are more receptive to your energy. No, fuck that, because I've always been the same person that I was when I was bigger. I was bubbly, social butterfly. I was always involved in everything, knew a lot of people. It was always the people that didn't know me, always treated me like I was an inconvenience or such a bother that they had to interact with me. And now that I'm in a more socially acceptable and conventionally acceptable body in society, now it's all giggles and smiles. And like, it's the little things too that people do for me that they would never have done for me when I was bigger. I remember in college, I met up with a friend that I hadn't seen when I had lost like the last part of my weight and got like down, and flirted with me the whole time. Never had done that before. Never, 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 mind you. Flirted with me the whole time. And then, like, we were talking, like, you know, saying our goodbyes, looked me up and down and said, you really have improved. Crazy. Was like, bye, went home, cried. I cried for like 2 hours. And that sentence, that one singular sentence fucked me up for 2 weeks. 2 fucking weeks. I just kept thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And it's just so jarring that people truly do not understand that, yes, people do treat you different when you've lost weight. And I understand that we do live in a society that values beauty and thinness. However, that does not negate the fact that past me also deserved the same respect that me now gets. And it's just really frustrating. And I hate that whenever I see it in comments, because no, it's not. I hate to say it. Some people are fucking shallow. Some people are fucking assholes. And if you were ever wondering, it is because you're fat. And
being fit and in shape is almost like a social currency, and really important when you think about it, because how you look and how you present yourself speaks volumes about who you are. And we know pretty privilege exists and it sucks, but at the end of the day, people treat you better. You get more things depending on how you look. And it's not really to say like, oh, attractive people get more things, but when you look like you take care of yourself and you care about who you are and you put worth and meaning into yourself every day, that means a lot more than somebody who just throws themselves together. So taking care of your body is almost like a currency. It's almost a paycheck. Like, if you're not investing into your body, you are wasting money. You're wasting resources and you're wasting access that you could have if you kept up with yourself and you kept in shape. And it kind of sucks to hear, but it is the truth and it is happening.
There is also a dating and workplace angle. Fit people are often perceived as more attractive, confident, and capable. Studies show they are more likely to be hired, promoted, and desired romantically. This turns fitness into leverage, something that opens doors socially and professionally. But there is a downside. When fitness becomes currency, those who don't conform due to genetics, health issues, finances, age, or time are quietly devalued. It can create pressure, shame, and unrealistic standards, especially for women, where beauty, thinness, and fitness are often unfairly tied to worth. Your body does not determine your value, but taking care of it can increase your leverage in a world that already makes unfair judgment. Self improvement is about playing the game consciously, not pretending the game doesn't exist. Fitness is one tool alongside mindset, hygiene, skincare, boundaries, and rest that helps you show up as your best self. Not perfect, not obsessed, but intentional. So, if you're on a self care journey, let fitness be an act of self respect, not self criticism. Move your body because you deserve energy, clarity, and confidence. When you treat your body like an asset instead of an enemy, everything else in your life begins to upgrade quietly. Thank you very much for watching. If you love this video, please do well to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you and see you on the next one.